Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Aska, and if you're new here, please subscribe and join the family. So in today's tutorial, we're going to learn how to crochet this crochet men's shirt. It's a very simple pattern to make. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start. So the materials you're going to need will be a pair of scissors, darning needle, a tape measure, some stitch markers, and a 4.5mm crochet hook. And yarn. So for the yarn, you're going to use this robin. This is a Kenyan brand and it's a fingering weight yarn. So we are going to double our strand, but I would recommend you use any other medium weight yarn. Okay, so you're going to use this table to guide you through the various sizes that you want to make, and I went ahead and made a swatch so that you can determine the gauge of our shirt. You can go ahead and make your swatch as well before you start so that you can know how many stitches you're going to need. So let's go ahead and measure it. So we are going to measure it on a 4x4 scale. So let's go ahead and count how many stitches we have on a 4-inch. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17. So we have 17 stitches by, let's measure how many rows. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So we have 17 stitches by 8 rows. So in this tutorial, I'm going to make a medium size, and as you can see from the chart, it measures 20 inches on the chest or the waist. So you're going to say 4 inches is equals to 17 stitches. How about 20 inches? So we're going to say 20 times 17 divided by 4. We get 85. So we are going to make chains which are in multiples of 3 plus 2. Okay? And 85 is not in multiples of 3 plus 2. So first of all, you're going to minus the 2. We get 83. So you're going to look for a number closer to 83, which is in multiples of 3. And that is 84. So you're going to take 84 plus the 2, that is 86. So you're going to begin with 86 chains. So let's get to it. So you're going to begin by making a knot. And this is how I always make my knot. That way. And I'm making 86 chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've made my 86 chains. So I'm going to add 2 chains that will act as the turning chains. So 1, 2. So you're going to yarn over and go to the third chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3. The third chain from the hook and make a double crochet. So you're going to pull up a loop. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over and pull through 2. So you're going to place 1 double crochet in each chain until the end of the row. I'm done with the first row, and this is how it looks like. Now let's go to the second row. So we have 86 stitches on this first row, and this is a medium size. So let's go to the second row. Chain 2, turn your work, and into the first 2 stitches you're going to do 1 double crochet in each. So go to the first stitch and make a double crochet. Go to the second stitch, a double crochet, chain 1. Skip the next stitch, go to the next one with a double crochet, to the next with a double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, and into the next 2 we're going to do 1 double crochet in each, chain 1. So you're doing 2 double crochets, chain 1, and skip 1, 2 double crochets, chain 1, skip 1, 2 double crochets, and keep repeating the same thing, and you're going to meet at the end of the row. I'm done with the second row, and your last stitches should be 2 double crochets that way. Okay, so we are done with the second row. Now let's go to the third row. You're going to chain 2, turn your work, and on this third row you're going to do 1 double crochet in each stitch, including the chain 1 stitches. So place 1 double crochet, go to the next one, And into the chain one space, you're just going to insert your hook into the chain one space and make a double crochet, and keep placing one double crochet in each stitch until the end of the row, that way. So it's actually pretty simple to make this shirt. So keep placing your one double crochets and you're going to meet at the end of the row. I'm done with my third row, and this is how it looks like. Now you're going to go to the fourth row and you're going to repeat what we did on the second row. When you go to the fifth row, repeat the third row. So you're going to keep alternating between the second and the third row, the second and the third row, until you have the height that you want. And I'm going to meet you after you're done with the back panel. Okay, so there's nothing else you're going to do, just it's going to be like a big rectangle. I'm done working on the rows that I needed, and your last row should be in this should be like the third row. And when you're done working, you're going to chain one and cut your yarn, because you don't need this anymore, that way. So let's go ahead and measure this. This measures 23 inches. Okay, and you're going to measure it without stretching your work. Okay, and let's measure also the width so that you can see that your gauge works. You see, I stretched it a little bit. You see, it measures 20 inches, and that is what you are trying to achieve. So from here, you're going to go to the front panel. Now you're going to work on your front panel, and you're going to start exactly the way you started your back panel. So you're going to start with the same amount of chains, 86 chains plus 2 chains that acts as the turning chains, and just repeat the same thing, exactly the same. The only difference is that you're going to do less rows. Okay, so let me show you how many rows you're going to make. So this is the back panel. I'm trying to show you how many rows you're going to do for the front panel. So this measured 23 inches. So if you divide 23 by 2, you're going to get 7.9 there, or 7.8 there. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to count how many rows we have here up to that point. Let's say up to this point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So the total amount of rows that you made minus the 17 rows. So you're going to work from here up to this point, and you're going to stop there. So I'm going to meet you at that point. And I'm done working on my front panel, so you can see, let me align them together that way. You see, I stopped at this point. So I have 17 rows unworked. Okay, so from here we are going to shape the front panel. You're going to shape to make this side first, then you're going to work on this other side, then you're going to make the collar. Okay, so let's continue. Now you're going to take your stitch markers and you're going to mark 2 points in between here. You're going to count the same amount of stitches on this side and also on this side, and you're going to leave 7 or 8 stitches in between. So I have left 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have left 8 stitches in between. Now you're going to continue on one side first, then you're going to come to this other side. So in order to determine the amount of rows you're going to work before we start the decreases, we're going to refer to our back panel. These rows that I've made is the same to the amount of rows here up to this point, the point that I've marked. I have 17 rows left, so I'm going to minus 6 from the 17. I get 11 rows. So we're going to work 11 rows before we start on the decreases. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to continue 11 rows from here. Okay, so I'm going to chain 2 and turn my work as usual, and I'm going to do my double crochets up to the point where we have the stitch marker. I'm almost getting to the stitch marker. So 1 2 3 plus 2 is 8. So I'm going to work one stitch into this chain one space. So I'm going to remove my stitch marker and place one double crochet there. So let's go to the next row. We're going to chain 2 and you're going to place one double crochet in the next 3 stitches. 1 2 3. I'm placing one double crochet in 3 stitches because we have one double crochet here, which is this one, and these 2. So if I place 2 double crochets and chain 1, I'm going to it's not going to align well. Okay, so now I'm going to chain 1, skip the next, and continue now with the pattern. 2 double crochets, chain 1, skip 1, and 2 double crochets, that way. So now I'm just going to continue with the same pattern, and when I get to the end of the row, I'm going to chain 2, turn my work, and repeat the same thing. You see, now I'm going to go to the next row and keep repeating the same pattern, and now I'm going to repeat this until I have 11 rows. So when you get to the end of the row, you'll chain 2 and repeat this row. Repeat this row. Okay, you're going to start with 3 double crochets, then chain 1, and continue the same pattern. So keep doing that until you have 1 2 11 rows in total. Okay, I'm done with my 11 rows. Now you're going to start the decreases. So let's just continue. So the decreases will go on for the next 6 rows. Okay, so you're going to chain 2, turn your work. Remember that you are supposed to place 3 double crochets, then chain 1 and skip 1. So you're going to skip 2 stitches and go to the third one. So this chain 2 is not a stitch, it's just a turning chain. So skip 1 2, go to the third stitch with a double crochet. So that means you've decreased 2 stitches. Now you're going to chain 1, skip the next, and you're going to continue with the same pattern. That way. So continue until the end of the row, and I'm going to meet you at the end. When you get to the end, you're going to chain 2, turn your work. So the decreases is only on one side, the inner part, and on this row you're going to do your double crochets. Just maintain the same pattern, and I'm going to meet you when you have 3 stitches left, because you're going to do a decrease at the end as well. Now I have my 3 stitches left. The first stitch is this one, and the second one is the chain 1 space, and the third one is this one. Remember, this was just a turning chain, it doesn't count as a stitch. So I have my 3 stitches left. So we want to decrease 2 stitches, so I'm just going to yarn over and skip 2, now this stitch and the chain 1 space, and go to the last stitch and make 1 double crochet, that way. So that is another decrease. Now let's go to the next row. You're going to chain 2 and turn your work, and you're going to do another decrease. So you're going to yarn over, skip 2 stitches, and go to the third one with a double crochet. So I'm just going to add 2 more double crochets, 1 and 2, that way. And now I'm going to continue. You're going to chain 1, skip the next, and now you're going to continue with the same pattern. The point is that you should have 2 double crochets at the end here. So if you continue and you find that you don't have 2 double crochets here, you're going to count and make sure you have 2 double crochets at the end. Make sure the pattern aligns. Okay, I'm done with this row. I'm going to chain 2, turn my work, and do your 1 double crochet in each stitch until you have 3 stitches left. Now I have my 3 stitches left. I'm going to skip 2 and go to the last one with a double crochet, that way. Now you're going to continue with your decreases until you have 6 rows of the decreases. So right now I have 1 2 3 4, so I'm going to do 2 more, and you're going to meet at the end. I'm done with my 6 rows of the decreases, and now I'm done working on this side. So you're going to chain 1 and cut your yarn that way, and what you're going to do is you're going to come to this other side and do the same thing. Okay, so you're going to begin from the midpoint. So you're going to attach your yarn into the chain 1 space, the space where we have a stitch marker. So I'm going to attach my yarn, chain 2 and place 1 double crochet there, because the chain 2 doesn't count as a stitch. And now you're going to do 1 double crochet in each stitch till end of row, and just repeat exactly what you did on this side. Okay, so continue, and you're going to meet at the end, so that you're going to start working on the mid part. I'm done working on both sides. Now you're going to work on this mid part, so let's just go ahead and do it. So you're going to start with one side first, then you're going to do the other side. So let us start from here, and you're going to identify the last row with no decrease. So it was the 11th row from this row. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. On the 11th row, I'm going to insert my hook into the last stitch that way, attach my yarn, and I'm going to place 2 single crochets into that space. So you're going to insert your hook, pull up a loop, and you're going to pull through all 2. So that is 1 2. Go to the next row, which is the 10th row, insert your hook into the last stitch, and you're going to do 2 single crochets as well. 2. Go to the next row with your 2 single crochets, and keep placing 2 single crochets in each double crochet space until we get to the last row. And this is how our work looks like. So we are going to go to the first stitch here, which is this one. Insert your hook into the back loop of that stitch, not the whole loop, only back loop, and you're going to make a slip stitch. Okay, go to the next stitch, back loop as well, make a slip stitch and turn your work. Now you're going to skip 2 stitches, don't chain 1 2, go to the third one with a single crochet that way, and you're going to place 1 single crochet in each stitch until the end of the row. I've gotten to the end of my row, and this is how your work should look like. You're going to chain 1, turn your work, and you're going to place 1 single crochet in each stitch until you get to the end of the row, and I'm going to show you how to attach. I've gotten to the end of the row. Now you're going to identify the next stitch, which is this one, and go to the back loop with a slip stitch, go to the next stitch, back loop also, turn your work, and you're going to skip 2 stitches, 1 2, go to the third one with a slip stitch with a single crochet and 1 single crochet till end of row. And when you get to the end, you're going to chain 1, turn and single crochet back, and when you get to this point, you're going to go to the next stitch with a slip stitch, back loop, then the next one, slip stitch, back loop, go back, and when you come back, you'll have 2 stitches left, so you'll just slip stitch into the 2 stitches, and I'm going to meet you at that point. Now I have 2 stitches left. I'm going to slip stitch into them that way, and I'm going to turn my work, and this is the last row that you are doing. So you're going to place 1 single crochet in each stitch, and when you get to the end of the row, you're going to chain 1 and cut. So we are done with one side, guys, and this is how it looks like. Now let's go to this other side. Okay, so we are going to start from this point. So you're going to turn your work so that we can start at this point. We're just going to do a reflection of this one. So you're going to go to the 11th row and attach your yarn, and just repeat what we did on the other side. I'm just going to show you how to attach on this lower part, because already we've attached this one. Okay, so I'm just going to continue with this for like the first 3 or 4 rows and show you how you're going to attach. Then you can continue by yourself. So I'm just doing my single crochets, and I'm going to meet you at the end of the first row. I'm at the end of the first row. Remember, when we were working on this one, we joined to the back loops. Okay, so we have loops that are left. So I'm going to go to the first stitch, which is this one. Now the loop that is left, okay, this one. So I'm going to make a slip stitch and go to the next loop. Okay, do your slip stitch, turn your work, and just repeat the same process. 1 single crochet in each stitch. You have to skip 2 stitches first, then 1 single crochet in each stitch till end of row, chain 1 and 1 single crochet back, and I'm going to meet you at the bottom here. I've gotten to the end and came back. Now I'm at the bottom here, so I'm going to go to the next stitch, which is this one, and I'm going to do a slip stitch and go to the next slip stitch. Then you're just going now to continue from here until the end of the row. So now I have left with 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. Okay, and at the end your work should look exactly like this one. Okay, so continue, and you're going to meet after you're done with that. I've gotten to the end of this other part, so this is how it looks like. Okay, so don't cut your yarn. You're just going to continue with this. You're going to work on the collar with this one. Okay, so what you're going to do now is you're going to align the two together, the back panel and the front panel. You're going to align them this way, and now you're going to join this part before we work on the collar. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to start from this side. So go to the last stitch here, insert your hook, and also the last stitch on this side. Insert your hook also, and you're going to join with a slip stitch. So first of all, you're just going to chain 1 and go to the next stitch, and also on the other side, and make a slip stitch. So now you're going to join with slip stitches until you get to the end of this part. This is the front panel. I have 2 stitches left. Now I have 1 stitch left, and I'm going to chain 1 and cut, and that is it. So this is the wrong side, okay, and this other side is the right side of your work. So I want you to go ahead and do the same on this other side, and make sure you start on this side so that you can know how many stitches you're going to go on the back panel. Okay, so join, and you're going to meet after you've joined the two, so that you're going to start on the collar. And when you're done joining the 2 sides, you're going to turn your work back to the right side, and you're going now to continue with the yarn that we left here. So you're going to chain 1, and you're going to work with half double crochets now. So you're going to yarn over and go to the first row here, the last stitch, the single crochet space, make your half double crochet. So you're going to pull up a yarn that way. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through the 3. Okay, go to the next row, yarn over and make your half double crochet that way. Yarn over, go to the next row, So continue that way until you're done with these rows. I had 8 rows here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. I had 8 rows, so I should have 8 half double crochets at the end here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm done working with the half double crochets there. Now we're going to go to this part where we had the decreases. So you're going to yarn over, go to the next row, which is this one, with 2 half double crochets, 1 and 2. Yarn over and go to the next row, which is this, with 2 half double crochets as well. So at the end of each row, you're going to do 2 half double crochets. I'm on the last one here. I'm going to do my 2 half double crochets, and now you're going to work on the back panel. Now you're going to go to the first available stitch here, not this one, this one, and place 1 half double crochet in each stitch until you get to the last available stitch. I'm almost at the end of the back panel side. Now we're going to go to this side. And just repeat whatever we did on the other side. So you're going to go to the first row with your two half double crochets. Go to the next with your 2 half double crochets. And when you get to this part, you're going to do 1 half double crochet on each row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That way. So this is how our work looks like at this point. Now let's go to the next row, the second row. We're going to chain 1 and turn your work. And into the first stitch, you're going to do 2 half double crochets. So 1 and 2. And now 1 half double crochet in each stitch all round, until you get to the end of the row where you're going to do 2 half double crochets. So we are making 2 half double crochets at the beginning of the row and 2 half double crochets at the end of the row. So keep doing your half double crochets and you're going to meet at the end of the row. I've gotten to the end of the second row. Now you're going to go to the third row, chain 1, turn your work, and you're going to repeat what we did on the second row. You're going to start with 2 half double crochets and 1 half double crochet in each stitch all round, and when you get to the end of the row, you're going to place 2 half double crochets at the end. Okay, and you're going to continue with that until you have 8 or 9 rows. So continue, and you're going to meet after those rows. Then you're going to see how it looks like from there. I'm done working on my collar. I made 8 rows in total. So you're going to chain 1 and cut because you're done. And this is how it looks like. It looks really good. Now you're going to work on the sleeves. So I'm just going to turn my work this way. You're working on the right side. Okay. you're going to work with armhole measurements of 8.5 on one side. So on both sides it's 17 inches. So I'm going to take my measurements from the midpoint here. I want 8.5. So 8.5 will be at this point. So I'm going to mark the last stitch on that row, which is this one. I'm going to mark it with a stitch marker. And now I'm going to count the same amount of stitches on this other side and also mark it. So I'm going to mark this side also. And now you're going to start working on it. So you're going to grab your yarn and go into the row where you have your stitch marker and insert your hook there. You can remove the stitch marker. And you're going to attach chain 2. And this chain 2 doesn't act as a stitch. Now you're going to place 2 double crochets into that stitch, into that space. 2. Go to the next row, which is this one, the last stitch. You're going to place 2 double crochets as well. Go to the next one with your 2 double crochets. Go to the next. So you're going to place 2 double crochets in each double crochet space until you get to the midpoint, and you're going to jump to this other side and continue the same process, and I'm going to meet you at the end here. On the last row with a stitch marker, I'm going to place 2 double crochets there, that way. So this is the first row of the sleeve. Now let's go to the second row. You're going to chain 2, turn your work, and now you're going to place 1 double crochet into the first stitch and into the second stitch, chain 1, skip the third, and just repeat the same pattern. Okay, so just going to continue with your pattern. It's just a repetition of the same pattern, and you're going to meet at the end of the row, because we'll see how it looks at the end of the row. I'm almost at the end of the second row, and I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to skip the next stitch, and I'm supposed to have 2 stitches left here, but I have 1. So I'm just going to walk into that one, and that is it. You're going to go to the next row, and in each stitch you're going to place 1 double crochet as usual. That way. Now you're going to continue with the double crochets until the end of the row. Then when you're done with that row, you're going to go to the 4th row, where you're going to repeat the second row, and you're going to repeat the same pattern until you have 5 inches in length. So I'm going to continue with mine, and you're going to meet after we are done with that. And your last row should be an odd number. Okay, it should look like the 1st or the 3rd or the 5th row. Okay, so continue, and you're going to meet after you're done with this first one. Then you're going to do the ribbing for the sleeve. Now I've made the 5 inches that I needed. Now you're going to go to the last row where you're going to make the ribbing for the sleeve. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So just going to continue. You're going to chain 2. Now remember that I told you that your last row should end with this row, the row with double crochets all through. Okay, so you're going to chain 2 and turn your work. Now you're going to go to the second stitch, which is this one, yarn over, and go to the front post. Okay, so insert your hook that way and make a double crochet. So that is a front post double crochet. Yarn over, go to the next stitch, back post. That way. Go to the next one, front post. Go to the next one, back post. Then front post. So you're going to keep doing the front posts and the back posts until the end of the row. And it should look something like that. Okay, so keep doing that and you're going to meet at the end of the row. And when you're done with this row, you're going to chain 1 and cut. And this is how it looks like at this point. So you're going to join this part later when you are done. So right now I want you to go to this other sleeve and work on it. Just repeat exactly what you did on the other side. Take the measurements. Now you don't even need to take the measurements. You just need to count how many stitches you counted on the other side and count them on this other side. Place your stitch marker, attach your yarn, and you're going to do exactly what we did on the other side. And you're going to meet after you're done with both sleeves. Then you're going to work on the lower ribbing. I'm done working on both sleeves, and this is how it looks like right now. We are almost done, guys. So we are going to join this part when we are done with everything. So now we are going to work on the lower part of the shirt. So you're going to work on one panel first, then you're going to do the next one, then from there you're just going to join everything. Okay, so I'm going to attach my yarn at the corner here, the last stitch. And I'm going to chain 2. 1, 2. Now you're going to go to the next stitch, which is this one, and you're going to make a front post. Front post double crochet. Go to the next stitch with a back post double crochet. The next one, front post, then a back post. So you're going to keep alternating between front post and back post, front post, back post. So keep doing your front posts and back posts until the end of the row, and you're going to meet at the end. There's no decreases done here, just continue and you're going to meet at the end of the row. I'm done with the first row, and this is how it looks like. This now looks like the ribbing of the sleeve. Now let's go to the next row. The second row of the ribbing. You're going to chain 2, turn your work. Now you're going to go to the second stitch. So for our ribbing, this chain 2 acts as a stitch. Now let's go to the second stitch, which is the front post. So we're just going to make a front post on top of the front post. So the next one is a back post. So you're going to make a back post on top of the back post. The next is a front post. So you're going to keep placing front posts on top of front posts and back posts on top of back posts. So keep doing that and you're going to meet at the end of the row. I'm almost at the end of this row. Now I have the chain 2s that we made here, and I've told you that the chain 2s act as a stitch, so you're going to work on it. So I'm going to do a front post on top of it that way. Now I'm going to chain 2, turn my work, and you're going to go to the second stitch, which is a front post, and make your front post. So you're just going to repeat what we did on the second row for the next 2 or 3 rows. So I'm going to continue with mine, and I'm going to let you know how many rows I did. I'm done working on this, so I made 4 rows in total, so you can go ahead and work on the other side. I've already made the 2 of them. Now let's go ahead and join the sides. So you're going to turn your work to the wrong side, so just flip your work. So you're going to begin by joining from the underarm or the lower part of the shirt. It doesn't actually make any difference, so I'm going to begin from here. You're going to go into the last stitch here and into the last stitch on this other side, or the first stitch, this one, and you're going to pick your yarn and attach, chain 1, and now you're going to go to the first row, which is this, and also the first row on the other side, and make a slip stitch. Chain 1, go to the next row, the last space on the next row and also on the other side, make a slip stitch, chain 1. Go to the next row, which is this one, and also the next row on the other side, which is that one, make a slip stitch, chain 1. Go to the next, and the next on the other side, make a slip stitch, chain 1. And also try not to tighten your slip stitches and the chain ones, okay? They should be flexible so that when you put it this way, it's not tight. Okay, so continue that way. Go to the next row, slip stitch, chain 1. So keep doing your slip stitches and chaining 1 until you get to the corner here, the underarm, the armpits. Then you're going to go right ahead to the side of your shirt and you're going to work until the end, and I'm going to meet you after you're done with this one. When you get to the end, you're going to chain 1 and cut. And so I'm done with the first part, and this is how it looks like. This is how it looks like on the right side. It looks smooth, and this is the wrong side. So you're going to go ahead and do the same thing on this other side. And after you're done with that, you're going to go ahead and remove all the loose ends. And that is it, guys. So thank you so much for watching, and if you are new, please subscribe and click the notification bell so that you get notified when I post a new video. See you next time.